Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto our Heavenly Father, Yahweh Basham, Yahushai, Bashum Kakadash, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai. And Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father's true name, whom they were ignorantly calls God. And Yahushai is the name of the Heavenly Father's Son's true name, whom they were ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And giving double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And shalom unto the Akiam around the world teaching this truth diligently. And this video is to the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and all scattered Israelites around the world. And I'm going to today's topic. I made a video a couple of days ago where there's this tribal conflict in the northern part of Ghana is getting worse, and the situation is starting to look dire, and it's starting to spread from village to village, and such a thing is unprecedented. This it only started during the second half of this year, and we clearly see the Lord's prophecies are coming to pass, and I'll go straight and then we read these topics here. It says thousands flee Ghana overnight to Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso. Yes, why thousands flee Ghana overnight to Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso? And yes, why? Did you know one of West Africa's biggest refugee crises in years is happening right now in Ghana? Over 30,000 people have fled across borders, and so it is another topic. Yes, it's Benyiri clash. That's where the conflict is occurring. It says over 13,000 Ghanaians now refugees in Cote d'Ivoire, and this Mutaka, that's our interior minister. And this one to say, let's see. Palace houses touched as residents flee despite tight security in Benyiri clash. Benyiri land dispute. Agaba youth appealed to factions to lay down arms for peace. And clearly, this is the current situation on the ground in Ghana here in the northern parts, and people are very scared over here, and are starting to wonder how come such a thing is happening in Ghana, because Ghana always touts itself as the most peaceful country in Africa, and because we already see what's happening in Sierra Leone, Liberia, Burundi, even Ivory Coast, neighboring Ivory Coast, and because of that, this has made the Ghanaians out very proud, thinking that such a thing can never happen or occur here. So long as there's Jake's over here, we know that Jacob's trouble surely will happen over here, and we are clearly seeing the signs of it, and it's getting more and more worse. And the media over here are being extremely silent on it. They just say it once, and then a couple of days later they bring it up again. It's like they are in denial, and many people are angry at the media over here, saying that like they are not doing enough to break this news out, and for the government to make more efforts in bringing the peace. But we all know that this is the time of war, because the Lord always deals with balance. And let's go here. No, it's time for peace. What these people don't understand is prophecy must be fulfilled no matter what. Because of the iniquity of this world, they really think that this world is okay as it is. And I'll go to Ecclesiastes 3 verses 8. a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace come. And so during the time that Ghana enjoyed its peace, right now, clearly we can see the Lord of hosts is starting to bring wars on on my country over here. And so this is just the balance and the prophecy to us alluded here. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 24 verses 6 to 8. And ye shall hear wars, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And one thing I like to bring out to is the place, that Benyiri area in northern Ghana, where this conflict is happening. It's a serious and major food basket in our nation, because they are one of the most, how would I say it, one of the most important farm producing villages in that area. And so if you look at the way Yahausha is orchestrating this beautifully, you could see that farming too would arise from this, because it's been said that many farmers fled their crops. They are about to make their harvest, and all of a sudden this situation is happening. They all fled to Ivory Coast. So those crops will be left unattended and the rodents will come, and then the rodents and the birds will just come and consume it, or whatever it is that's happening. And this might also cause famine in this country, Lord willing. And so and one thing, another funny thing to watch on the video concerning this conflict is the churches over there. the churches and mosques, they've been emptied, and the Catholic priests and the pastors over there have fled, but some that stayed behind were complaining that there aren't many people coming to the churches anymore due to this conflict, and that made me extremely happy, and I had to give all praises unto Yahawashi for that, because his people are so entrenched in this idol worship of Allah and the false Jesus and God that they worship. They think they are truly worshiping Yahweh Basham, Yahushua. They don't know that's one of the reasons why the Lord is starting to visit the earth and that area with wars. And so I'll continue with this verse here, Jeremiah 50 verses 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Basham Yahushua, such as are for death to death, such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. Exactly. And this is the pronouncement upon the children of Israel, because over there too in Benyiri, we know there I believe there's a lot of jakes over there, and the Jacob's trouble is starting to creep on them as well, and they are also extremely poor over there. Like, the poverty in the northern part of Ghana is extremely sad, and the situation, and it's also one of the signs or curses that's in Deuteronomy 28, and it's and the people, most people in the southern part of Ghana always ridicule them for their poverty and their conflicts and wars, but they don't know that it's because they are the children of the Most High. They are more than likely Jacob, obviously, because if you trace the slave trade routes, our brothers that are currently in America, it's from those villages in the northern parts of Ghana and the Burkina Faso area that Judah and or mainly the Southern Kingdom were taken from and into slavery back in the old days. And so, and also southern parts of Ghana. I'm not saying the southern parts of Ghana are just heathens, but mostly, if you take a critical look at it, in the northern parts of Ghana is where most of the southern kingdom have been taken from and brought into the western hemisphere, and so and so this is a proclamation that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has pronounced on the children of Israel. That's Jeremiah 15 verses 2. Because the Lord, he got fed up with the iniquities of Israel. So those are allotted to death or will die through the sword or through famine or through the captivity and so on and so forth. And going to 2nd Ezra chapter 30 verses 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And so this exactly was playing out in Benyiri in the north, because this one town, the youth of one town will all of a sudden take guns and then torches, fire torches, and then burn down a whole villages. And then those villages too, they are the one that got them to retaliate and then organize some use and go to the one that started it first and then burn them down. And so many horrible things. The situation is very, very serious over there. They are killing lots of people over there. And so that was what caused the refugee crisis into Ivory Coast. Thousands are fleeing to Ivory Coast as I'm speaking, and some to the southern part of Ghana. But yeah, that's it. And so yeah, I read Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verses 8, a time to love and a time to hate, and a time of war and a time of peace. And so that's it for today. It's a lesson, and as things are going on, I'll keep on updating you brothers and sisters on the current situation here in Ghana, because we see things are getting worse and worse by the day. But the people here, they are very much used to peace, so much that they are in denial, even their media. So I had to search out in order to find those articles about the conflict to read out. And so I only pray for mercy, that Yahweh Basham Yahushua has mercy on me and possibly my family as well, if they will listen, because I keep on saying, preaching unto them, but it looks like they clearly don't understand the scriptures or what I'm trying to say. Clearly don't like that I'm talking about like wars or any kind of ill news concerning about my country. That's the general thing. Though they listen and then accept, but it's like in our society here in Ghana, we all generally don't like negative news. But hey, we know that, like I read in the scriptures, there's a time of war and a time of peace. So and nothing can be peaceful forever. And so I end today's lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto our Heavenly Father, Yahweh Basham, Yahushai Basham Pakadash, and Shalom on today. Shalom, Shalom.